My name is George Lee Harris, Jr. I was born July 8, 1954. I have been a member in 4 or 5 unions, owned a couple of paid-for Kenworth tractors before I took them on the road, and father of 5 children, 1 boy, 4 girls, and I buried 3 wives, and I'm working on the 4th. So with all that in mind, we go forward. We're going to have a few numbers here that you need to remember because this presentation is all about the money, okay? And like today, Alex Jones was saying, they got a green light, Iran's got a green light, but I'm saying to you, gaslight. Michael Savage would get this, what gaslight means. If, hey, man, that guy's gaslighting us. Well, I'm not. The whole thing's a gaslight. So we want to remember some dates. 1928, the year 1928. You want to remember the year like 1933, 34, when Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a good Satanist, a member of the Illuminati and a Freemason, and also a student of Madame Blavatsky in Hyde Park, New York. Whoa. Be reminded, your nation was founded by Satanists. 1776, May 1st, is a satanic holiday. It has been throughout time. Like Cinco de Mayo, no, it's all about May 1st. That whole thing is a satanic holiday. You just can't say, hey, it was really cool because the Mexicans snuffed the French and stopped Maximilian and Carlota from coming against the South in the Civil War, because this was going to be a whistle. I guess they were going to help the South fight the North, the French were, but the Mexicans stopped them. There's so many stories in history, and that's all interesting. But again, 1928, first year Model A Ford. Okay? 1933, 34, when FDR made the gold call back. Gold coins and gold certificates went back to the United States. What else is an important number? 1 million. Okay? 1, 000, 000, dollars. $1 million. Okay? We're going to draw this on paper, but get this in your mind. And also the number 50,000. 50, 000. For right now, that ought to be about enough. Oops! The number 1. In this presentation, 1 will be $1. $1, 100 pennies. And at one point in time in the last 10 years when copper was between, 4 and 5 cents a penny of copper, you had 100 pennies worth more than $1 by a bunch of real value. For a while there, if you had 100 pennies, you had 4 real dollars relevant to gold. There's the other number, 20. My dad and I had a discussion years ago when he was still alive and breathing. And he says, son, and he opens up his wallet. Dad wasn't famous for $100 bills. He had a wallet that thick. Credit cards, cash, whatever, but never-ending 20s. So what, $300, $400, $500 in 20s? And tens of thousands more if he needed it. That was his business. Pulls out a 20, he says, you know what, these aren't worth a lot now. And that was in the early 80s, maybe even the late 70s. He says, but when you're my age, these might be a lot harder to get. Well, I'm just at his age, within a couple of years of when he said that. So, yeah, Pop, you sure as heck were right. We're going to produce a couple more discs. First 4 of these discs are going straight to Joyce Riley firsthand, but this one we're making in between. And this is going to show you something that Craig R. Smith and all the friggin' money geniuses all over the world that are selling gold really don't have a grip of how screwed up this is. And if they do, they haven't shown you. Because the 300 million people, if all of you bought one 20-ounce gold coin, all the gold 20-ounce St. Gaudens double eagles would be gone out of circulation. 300 million of them don't exist for sale. Oh, well, maybe at $3,000 a piece or $4,000 a piece. Well, wait a minute, that's only an ounce of gold. Gold's only $1,675. Try buying a St. Gaudens for less than $2,400, and that would be an ugly coin that you kept in your pocket with your wristwatch, your pocket watch, and a bunch of nuts, bolts, and cotter pins. Farmer American. We're going to show you that since 1928, America's been nothing but 4 generations of drunk-ass Indians. You're all fools and idiots. Watch this. Learn from this. Look at it. We're going to take you to a football field. You're going to see what America's been looking at. Every time you watch football from now on, you remember this. You watch that guy make a goal line, you're going to be seeing Ritz crackers. You're going to understand. You better understand. You better get a grip. There ain't a lot of time left. What do you mean there's no time left? Get on your knees, put your hands together, and get serious about the Maker. If you call on the higher power, or God, or Norp, or Poop, or Shoop, or whatever, start there. But it is Yahweh is Ishi. Jesus is Lord, but Yahweh is Ishi. The separation of the sheep and the goats, and then the separation of the sheep and the sheep. Sheep-pa. I'm excited today. I've had spinal injuries for years, and today I'm having a good day, so we're going to go do this. And this is going to be a weird production because we don't have the audio and video equipment to produce in the wind. We got a windstorm out here in Tucumcari, New Mexico, and it's rough. The website is pharaohschariots.com. PHAROHSCHARIOTS.com. On YouTube, Green Iron Peace. There'll be quite a few videos under there. Please enjoy Blue-Haired Grandmas. Y'all have a great day. This is dead serious. And let's see if we can't wake up Sean and make his day really exciting. We're going to use a few props, and we're going to use a gasoline can. And it's not that there's gasoline in the can. In fact, we'll show you we're filling this with water when we fill the pop bottles with water and the gas can with water and these other props we're going to use on the football gridiron to demonstrate to you that you have a dollar that isn't upside down. But in fact, if the concept of gasoline causes burning, it's on fire now. Have a great day. This is the 18th of October, 2011. George Lee Harris Jr., Tucumcari, New Mexico, Post Office Box 455. 5 and a 4 code 88401 0455. Thank you. Well, Mr. Ted Anderson, Mr. Alex Joyce, Beth Ann, Craig R. Smith. See the ball on top of the flagpole above the flag? There's your global symbol. Notice how every flagpole you will look at. We're going to present this elsewhere. But just for this little video on how we're all a bunch of drunken Indians, 4 generations of them since 1928, there's your global reality. Look at it. Stare at it. Take a hacksaw to it. Because that flag sits below that ball of the earth, and that's all they see. Have you missed it, Sonny? Or do flagpoles have balls? Wake the hell up, will ya? Hi, George Harris here again. That shot before this of that flagpole is in front of our local U.S. Post Office in Tucumcari. We're going into one of our many little workshops that we have access to. We sure can get the job done we need to do in secrecy and security and everything we need for Green Iron Peace. We're going to take you in here and we're going to go over and shoot inside so there's no problems with wind and the sound. We've had that problem before. But we're going to take you to this felt marker and a piece of cardboard, and we're going to do some simple mathematics. Remember that $20 gold coin and 1,000,000,000. We're going to deal with that. Come on in, let's have a look. All right, here's our chalkboard. What we're going to do is we're going to take the division sign, real basic mathematics, and we're going to take $1 million. And we'll put a dollar sign here so you remember what that's about. And we'll put a dot. When I did really long division, we'd put an arrow because you might have zeros after here. And we're going to divide by the 20 of a G-A-U-D-E-N-S, St. Gaudens, $20 gold coin. So it's 20 and a decimal point. So 20 first is going to go into 100. So it goes in there one time. Does it? No, 5 times. I'm sorry. 5 times 20 is 100. Isn't it? Mm-hmm. 20 times 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. Oh, 100. There we are. So there's 100. And we're all done. And I guess we could keep bringing zeros down, and 20 would go into 0, 0 times 0, 0, 0. All right. In $1 million, look at it. In $1 million, at $20 an ounce, are 50,000 gold $20 gold pieces. 50,000 of them. That's where that number 50,000 comes from. Remember that number. 50,000 gold. $20 gold 1 ounce coins. Did we do the math right?
Looks correct.
Does it look correct? I mean, are you convinced? You sound a little soft voiced today.
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you. Let's do the same math again. This time with gold at $2,000 an ounce. Now, the coins are selling for more than that, but they say gold is about $1,675 an ounce now. But it was at like 1,978, and it's going past $2,000. So let's just deal with $20 an ounce, $200, and then $2,000. So we're going to do that same math problem, only now we're dividing 1 million by 2,000. Let's do the math. And 3 more zeros. The decimal point, that arrow so we don't get lost. Again, that's $1 million. And now we divide by 2,000. All right. Well, you can't take 2,000 to 1,000, so it'll probably be to here. So let's see. 5, we take 2,000 times 5, and you'll see how easy the math works out on this, because we get 5s and 2s. Who can't multiply 5 times 2? 2 $5 bills, you have $10. 2 $20 bills, you have $40. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2,000 is 10,000. 1, 0, let's see, how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see. We would put the 5 here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we put the 5, and now we put, we put a, God, that is 10,000, isn't it? And now we have 500. 500 versus 50,000. Do you see a difference? John Q. Public and Sarah B. Small, USA citizen? Is there a difference between 50,000 gold 1-ounce coins and 500 gold 1-ounce coins? There's your dollar. All right. We have 2,000, right?
Yeah.
Over here. So we're going to add a couple more numbers here. We've got 2,000. We had 20, and then 200, and then $2,000. And then we had a million, right? A million. We have a million and 2, so we have $1 million. And we have $20 gold 1-ounce coins. But these $20 1-ounce coins are $2,000 a piece. They're more. Try buying one for $2,500. It'll be ugly. It'll be beat up. So 50,000, 500 versus 50,000. God, didn't $1 million used to be something? This isn't dollars. This is 1 ounce gold coins. 500 versus 50,000. Well, let me see. 500 times 10, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 5, 0 times any number is 0, and 0, 0, 5. Well, that's only 5,000. There's 100 times. So 1/100th. There's 100 times more gold in a $20 ounce than in a $2,000 ounce. How'd that happen? And people say, well, I don't understand. The numbers are all too big. No, they're not. My graduating high school class had 1,800 students. So, 50,000. Remember how we got there? $1 million divided by $20 is 50,000 1-ounce coins. Now, how do we get $1 million equaling only 500 1-ounce coins dividing by $2,000? All right. Turn that off, would you please? All right. We're going to start with $20 gold. All right? A $20 ounce. O-U-N-C-E. And the wide side, I think. O-U-N. Yeah, ounce of gold. 20 bucks. A dollar was 100 pennies. Or a silver dollar. Then we dropped down to when gold was $200 an ounce. Well, 20 goes into 200 10 times. So when $20 gold becomes $200 gold, the relative price of the dollar drops to 10 cents. Could you pause that, please? So we're going to change this little blackboard or chalkboard in for this one, because it's much longer, because we're going to show you how the mighty dollar has fallen. So you start off with a $20 gold coin. The dollar's worth 100 cents. Next, you got a $200 gold coin. The dollar drops to a dime. Well, now, gold is at how much?
$2,000.
$2,000 per ounce. Well, that drops that to a penny. Pause that again. So you have $20 gold, 1 ounce coin, a buck. So let's drop that over here. Let's just take this and put it here. So we have 20 bucks. Gold. And that gives us a 100-cent dollar. Oops, doollar. So, if we drop this down correctly, we then have $200 an ounce gold. Gives you a 10-cent dollar. This is actual purchasing power. And somewhere in between it stopped at 1,000. $1,000 an ounce gold. Well, let's see. We have gold on this little chart at $2,000 an ounce for gold gives you a 1-cent dollar. So half of 2,000 is 1,000. So you have $1,000 gold. And you had a 2-cent dollar. And you might say, what's with all these figures? Oh, we're going to show you real quick. I'm going to pull up a chair. It's a little easier for me to do this drawing. My friend might have to get a chair. I'm trying to keep shadows off this and all. So, we got $1,000 an ounce gold is a 2-cent dollar. And then $2,000 an ounce gold per ounce gold equals 1 cent. 1 penny. And you're going to say, oh my God. Well, I still go buy gasoline for $3 a gallon or $4 a gallon. Well, wait a minute. Those $3 aren't worth $3. Those $3 are only worth
1 cent.
3 cents. Oh my God. So you'll say, well, the market will stabilize. Well, let's see what happened. Back to the top. There we are. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as long as we can hit this. All right. So we start off with a $20 gold ounce. And it goes to 200. And now gold is currently at $2,000. It may as well be. It sure as hell will be after Christmas. This next Thanksgiving ought to be a hoot. So it goes from there to there, 1/10 the value of the dollar. Because a $200 an ounce gold, dollar's worth a dime, and then 1/100th. How do we get there? You start with 20 bucks. $20 an ounce gold, $200 an ounce gold, $2,000 an ounce gold. Your Federal Reserve note, $1 equals 1 cent. So let's imagine they say, okay, you got $10,000 in the bank. We're going to issue you some new dollars, some SDRs or something. And for every $10 in the bank, we're going to give you $1. Because people say, well, gold can't go over 2,000. Watch how they get it up to 20 grand. Because if you give someone for every $10 bill they have in the bank $1, you just took $2,000 an ounce gold to $20,000 an ounce. And how did it happen? With $1 turn-in. $10-year-old ones for one new one. Now they got the $20,000 an ounce gold. Just that easy. What'd that do to your dollar? Well, your dollar isn't worth a penny anymore. Your dollar's worth 1/10 of a cent. 1/10 of a cent. You know, when they say a society falls, they start putting base money in the metals. Or should I say base metals in the money. You know, we start getting cheaper metals with that. And that thing, Archimedes and Eureka, a method of testing the purity of gold. It just wasn't a yellow metal. In fact, you could test the purity. Yahweh says that all the gold and silver are his. I think he's referring to the vessels. Are we a clay pot? The water was made into wine? Are we a silver vessel or a gold vessel? Well, George, what about silver? Well, that's pretty easy. Silver to gold. Let's have a look. Instant changing chalkboard. The $20 gold coin. $20 gold coin. And a $1 silver coin. Well, when gold goes to 2 grand, what is that? 3 zeros instead of 1?
Correct.
That means silver would get, add 3 zeros? No, add 2 zeros. There's your real price of silver. $100 an ounce. When gold's at 2 grand, silver ought to be at 100. There's your money maker. If you're going to buy something, buy the silver. Because that one isn't even real yet. Silver's sitting at about 1/3 of its actual value. But it was at $50, half of gold's value relative, 20 to 1. It's a ratio. Screw a ratio. Silver dollar, $20 gold coin. 1 ounce, 1 ounce. An ounce of silver to $1. An ounce of gold to $20. Boom. Ratio my butt. There's a ratio. Horatio Aldrich. Horatio Hornblower. I'll never forget, what was that? Commander Will Riker was asked in one of the Star Trek episodes, what ship are you from? He said, the good ship Lollipop. It's a great show. Remember the 50,000? When you take $20 into $1 million, you get 50,000 gold ounces. And the the other side of that coin at $2,000 an ounce, 500 gold coins. We're going to go show you that on a football field. You know, 100 yards between goal posts, 300 feet. You're going to like this. You're going to see the Rattlers. This is the Tucumcari High School basketball or football stadium. The Rattlers. That's what they call themselves. All right. Well, I got a little ahead of myself. We can't head to that football field yet because we don't know what we're measuring. That's why we need the football field. So we're going to go back to that 50,000 and 500. Whether you divide $1 million by $20 and get 50,000 gold 1 ounce coins, or if you divide $1 million by $2,000 an ounce and get 500 coins. We're going to do some math here. So let's have a look. Make them nice and evenly sized. 50,000. Now this is ounces. And what we want to do is measure how much length that would be. We've tried to come up with a dimension for a gold coin. And we called the Pawn Stars over there in Vegas. And I thought, well, they'd have a caliper or a micrometer somewhere. And they could put a couple of pieces of paper on a St. Gaudens, a nice 65M coin or above, and not hurt the coin and tell us the thickness. So we're going to gauge a gold coin at 1/10 of an inch, 0.1 of an inch. So now to know how long that would be, we're going to take this times 0.1. So we get 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. And we have 50,000 again, but now we go here. So we're talking 5,000 inches. Now we need to know how many feet that is. So if we divide the inches by 12, which is how many inches are in a foot, that'll tell us how many feet. So we're going to take 12 into 5,000.0, and this is inches. And above the line will be feet. Well, let's see, 12 into 50, that's 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 12 is 48. And we got 48. And we take down a 2 and a 0. 1. 12. 12 from 20 is 8. Take down another 0. 80. Who knows what would go in there next? 6 times 12 is 72. So we have 12, just for fun, times 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 72. And we have 8 again. So we have 416 feet. That's close enough. What we could easily do would be to take off 2 zeros, and that'd be 500, and we could take off, well, we don't need to take off a 0. Let's do the math again. All right, so the first calculation we did was 50,000 ounces of gold is 416 feet in length. And now we're going to do 500 ounces. 500 ounces of gold GOLD times 0.1. So we have 0, 0, 5. All right. So we have 50 inches. Remember how we got that feet? Pretty simple. You have 50,000 ounces at 1/10 of an inch, the thickness of a gold coin. And you multiply that, and you get 5,000 inches. Divide by 12, you get 416 feet. So, if 50,000 ounces gives you 416 feet, Let me finish adjusting this paper. And there's 50 what?
Inches.
50 inches. Good man, Sean. So now we have 50 inches. And now we divide by 12 to figure out how many feet, huh?
Mm-hmm.
50. I'm about to have a fire. Decimal point up there. Hate to burn this place down. 4, just like that, 416. 48. Let's do that in a little better place, so we can have the space we need to do the math. $50 So this is inches. 12 into 50 goes 4 times. 48. How much is left over?
2.
2. That bring down a 0. 1. So, we end up with a ratio. The gold and silver ounce to thickness ratio. No, it's all gold ratios. We have 50,000 ounces versus 500. And we have 2 little numbers here. We're going to simplify this real quickly. We'll get this stuff out of my mouth and this other stuff out of this box, and we'll have 2. Now the reason we're doing this is because we need this math to go to the football field and show you a nice visual presentation equals, what was that math?
4.16. 4.16.
Well, let's have a look. Not from recollection, because we did do the math. There we are. 4.16. Isn't that neat? And it kind of works out that way. 4.16 feet. So, right off the top, you can see 416 feet is going to be further than from goalpost to goalpost, because goalpost, well, I guess goal line to goal line is 300 feet. But 50,000 ounces of gold laid flat against the faces and on down, you end up with 416 feet. We're going to go demonstrate that for you, so off we go. Well, here we are at the local First Bank of New Mexico, and we're looking at that flag up there, but notice that gold ball, and behind that was a state flag. Isn't that great? We got flag poles with balls on them. See the world? Do you see the world? See, the flag don't mean dick. The flag means nothing. The flag is like something to wipe your bottom on, something to wrap around a baby, only might poison it with the ink. We're a global society. Do you see it, everybody? Do you see it? Have you figured it out yet? You can't fix it. You can't prepare against it. You'd better not be friends with Satan. Unless you're like our founding father, because George was a good Satanist and a Freemason. They all were. Franklin, Jefferson, Jackson, everybody on a bill. Even, who was that other guy? Grant. They're all Masons. McKinley. Well, we're at the old high school. Sean's going to turn around and show you the gym. Easy, don't go so fast. It spins heads. And then show them where the football field is and those tall lights. We can't get in there, can we?
No, it's fenced off.
So we're going to march this off. And we got our van parked here. And we'll make this a goal post. And we're going to use our tape measure. And now we're going to go walk off 300 feet. So off we go. You may as well tape this.
Yeah.
How far are we?
I don't know.
We don't know. All right, let's set the bottles down here. Give me that tape measure. And I'll go back over there. We have a 25-foot tape. So we're going to need to mark up, what, 4 of these for 100 feet?
4 per 100, yes.
Want to pause that? All right, so we've got to measure off 8 of these, right? Or no,
12.
12. Okay, so we are going to create a football field for you. So here's our first 25 feet in the water jug. All 25 feet. All right, Sean. How far are we from the van now with these two bottles?
100 feet.
All right, we got to do this 2 more times. So this is how far into our 50,000 gold coins?
A fourth.
A fourth. So we're at let's see, $250,000. We're not even there yet. All right, here we go.
Go.
Well, like any good Babylonian, we're going to use some bricks. This is the 100-foot mark, so we're going to change these 2 bottles in for a brick because we're running out of bottles real quick. So here's a brick. And off we go. All right, this is the 200-foot mark. If you want to come over here and shoot back that way, you see where the van is. And there's a little white object in between. And that's a 100-foot mark. And this little brick right here is a 200-foot mark. Gonna pan up the way. Have we gotten up here yet? You make something dull and boring even more dull and boring if you want. Did we get here yet? Did we come up here? I don't know what you're doing that. What are you doing? Well, here we are. We have 3 bottles here. And we are 300 feet from that blue and white van down there. 300 feet. And if Sean would turn slowly to his left and keep turning and 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 shoot through the tennis courts. Oh, let's see those big lights. Can you see those tall lights up there? Yeah, it's fenced in. We can't get to the football stadium, but here's 300 feet. Here's our tape measure. It's a 25-foot tape. And we laid this down how many times? 12 times.
12 times.
Okay, so here's a little to do. We just went to a parts store. Make it happen. We've been unable to find out how thick a gold coin is or how thick a silver dollar is because we don't have one to measure. And like I was saying in an earlier part of this little ditty, we called the gold and silver boys, and they wouldn't measure a $20 gold piece for us to tell us how thick it was. So our 100,000th 0.1, a tenth of an inch, leaves us at 400 feet, which would be about where that cement walkway is up there. Can you see that cement walkway in that picture?
That, yeah.
Well, I'm going to walk up here, and Sean's going to come with me, and we're going to walk up here like another 100 feet just for fun. I'll grab the tape. We'll mark it off. So let's see. That's good. There's one. Take pictures. Don't bend over. Stay where you were. Are you running now?
Yes.
Oh, let's go. Come on. Okay. So this leaf is going to be close enough. There's 2. There's a little white piece of crap in your tire. That's 50 feet, right?
Correct.
Oh, we use a Budweiser beer can.
A little more.
Oh, I'm not worried about a couple inches. My God.
It was like half a foot.
Oh, but we got 400. How many half feet are 400 feet? All right. Is this 400 feet here?
Yes.
All right. So from the van, we are 400 feet. Well, we did the math on 50,000 ounces of gold at a tenth of an inch times 50,000. We end up with 5,000 inches divided by 12. We end up with 416 feet. There's 400 feet. Here's the 416. But if gold is at, say, 70 thousandths, that is 0.070, that takes us to, let's see, 0.070, 7 times 5 is 3,500, or should I say instead of 50,000, was that inches? Okay, 50,000 times 0.070, you end up with 3,500 inches instead of 5,000 inches. And if you divide by 12, that's pretty close to 360. 12 and there goes 3, so 300 feet. So depending on how thick your gold ounce is, how thick the ounce, we don't know. You're either here at 400 or so, 416, or up there where those 3 bottles are, at about a football field, from goalpost to goalpost. There's $50,000. Let's go look at 500 gold ounce coins. We'll take this tape with us. So we running? If that's it, then if it's 400 feet, 100th of that would be 4 feet, or 100th of 300 feet would be 3 feet. So let's go down here and see what you get for your $1 million. All right, this van is 0. We have marked off, headed way the heck over there, 300 feet. Can you see that collection of pop bottles up there? We'll have to walk over there, won't we? And he said,
They're
yeah.
barely visible right in the center of the screen.
Okay, so back over here, but we'll walk up there. Makes good sense, doesn't it? And he agreed, said,
Yes.
Yes. You pretend you're an audience. That always makes stuff more interesting. Picture the people. All right. What's the significance of this gas can and that bottle? The gas can is 3 feet from the van, and the bottle is 4 feet from the van. Right?
Yes.
So let's walk this way, turn around, and let's walk 300 feet that way. And why did we mark off this 300 feet?
Because it is the length of 50,000 gold pieces.
No, the other way around. What we wanted to do was use this for a measuring device. Why didn't we use the football field?
Because it was closed.
Closed. Have you ever seen a football field closed ever in your life, Johnny?
Yeah.
Where? The Rams or the
everywhere.
Bengals or what?
Fucking everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah, what are we closing it off from?
Looters.
Look, what, dirt?
I know, I don't get it neither, but
Well, for
there
fun,
it
let's turn
is.
around and see where we're at. There's the van. It's getting smaller. And we're at about the halfway mark, aren't we?
yes.
So we're at 150 feet. So 50,000 gold coins. How much money is that in real money?
1 million.
$1 million. 50,000 $20 gold pieces. Look how far we're walking. We're not even digging ditches. Just strolling down here is a bit of work, isn't it?
It's sweating.
Well, yeah, it isn't easy. It's taken more than a minute to walk down here. Glad I ain't having to carry a wheelbarrow full of cement. Boy, a guy had $1 million. He used to have something, didn't he?
Yep.
This is what $1 million used to be with gold at $20 an ounce. That 3-4 feet back there, that's $1 million now. That's all it is. 1 million Federal Reserve notes. Federal Reserve notes now? 10,000. $1 million in Federal Reserve notes is now 10,000 bucks in gold. Well, I'm going to grab these bottles, and we're going to go back up here. My old business partner, one got killed by the bodyguard. That's the kind of beer he drank. See how good the Holy Spirit is to me and my friend? We get little reminders along the way. King of beers. Where are we made now? Munchin? Used to be a good Union beer. Well, let's quick step back up here. And we got these bricks to pick up. So what distance are we covering now? About 100 feet?
100 feet to the first brick, the dark one.
Yeah, 100 feet. Now, if we stick with that 1/10 of an inch to an ounce, that'd be another 100 feet past where this was, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll pick up these bricks later. We'll get them out of here and put them back where we borrowed them from over here, that construction pile. See that?
Yes.
All right. So now it only comes down to one thing. Are we talking 300 or 400 feet for $1 million in gold? Well, it depends on how thick the coins are. You know, they'll tell you that a $20 gold piece is 34 millimeter. That's known. But nobody knows how thick they are. I guess they like shaving them. Is that why that happens? I could find data on 1200-year-old. Well, no, 1200 BC. That's 3,200-year-old gold coins. The diameter was available in books. Because the coins are so valuable, they may be worth, what was that one $20 gold piece you saw sell for $7 million?
Yes.
Yeah, one $20 gold coin. So we get down to it. We're looking down here. This is all that's left of your dollar. Parallel that van, would you? As I'll go to your left a little bit. Over here. So this is it. Now we're not real sure, because we don't know how thick a gold coin is. If it's 1/10 of an ounce, it's 100 feet past where these 3 jugs were, way the hell down there. Or is it 0.7? A 0.07, so 70 thousandths thick. Well, here it comes. I'm not too sure, but here's what you're dealing with. Here's your $1 million in gold coins. 3 feet of them, or 4 feet of them. Is this much?
It's a full foot.
Compared to 300 or 400, but that's what's left. This is all $1 million is now. 500 $20 gold coins is $1 million. Did we give you an idea of how far the dollar's gone? Man, I hope so. Remember the gold balls and the flagpoles. Thank you. Say something.
Say something.
All right, I'm not going to say SOMETHING. But see, people believe you got to have a shaft turning to have electricity. And that's just crap. And if we're going to use something, why don't we use wind? Is this wind going to be here tonight?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, no.
How about an hour from now? How about 2 hours from now?
I don't know.
Do they ever turn it off?
Yeah.
Does the wind ever blow too hard?
Yeah.
So they don't run this 24 hours a day at a constant rate of speed.
No.
Why?
Because it fly apart.
No. Because of wind is unpredictable. It's a bullshit system. So if we use gravity, which is constant, is gravity there 24 hours a day?
Yes.
So our system of gravity drive would be better than this, because it'd be producing power 24 hours a day. Not relying on wind, not relying on any fuel. And the other thing is, the electrical generation on vehicles doesn't have a revolving shaft. How much money's sitting right here? $1 million? More like $2.2 million. The installation of pipe and that propeller. Another ball on top of a flagpole. Kind of reminds me of the caduceus, the winged penis with the 2 snakes are wrapped around it. That's a magic symbol, the winged penis. But this just is missing the wings. Is this what it is? Is that an obelisk with another ball on it? Another ball. So we're home from the football field we had to create. And we have these mathematical problems on the wall. And over there at $20 an ounce, $1 million was 50,000 ounces of gold. And now with gold at, say, $2,000 an ounce, $1 million is only equal to 500 ounces of gold. For the little guy, it's over buying ounces of gold. Can't buy too many. But in the book of Ecclesiastes, at verse 13, chapter 12, verse 13, and I would say that's probably more important than my face. The words of the wise are like goads, nails, and the words of scholars are like well-driven nails given by one shepherd. And further, my son, be admonished of these. Of making many books there is no end, and much study is wearisome to the flesh. Is this not wearisome? Well, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, Yahweh, and keep his commandments, for that is man's duty. For Yahweh will bring every work into judgment, including everything, every secret thing, whether good or evil. Flagpoles have balls, or the whole world is one. And 50,000 ounces equals 500 ounces. Yep, they both equal $1 million. There it is. And dealing with either a tenth of an inch for the thickness of a gold coin or a .070 thickness for a gold coin, you either end up with 416 or 300 feet equals 4 feet or 3 feet. This is all we get left. We had a football field. Now we don't even get what?
Not even a full meter.
A meter? What's that space?
Maybe a full
What's
yard.
that space between the yard line marks?
A yard?
No, I think it's 5 yards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hash marks in between, because the yard marks are 10 yards each. 5 yards would be 15 feet, so not even a little mark. It's over. We're in ruin. The place is burning. Now. It's done. Get out your pencil. Check it out. But the conclusion of the whole matter is one Federal Reserve note. One FRN. Because we haven't had dollars for a while. There's a definition of a troy ounce, so much silver is a buck in the Constitution, in those documents. So that dollar in your pocket's an ounce, or a penny, I should say. So $1 million Federal Reserve notes is equal to how much money now?
$10,000.
$10,000. That's it. $10,000. That's all it is. And going down. If you've got $1, go buy something. Go buy anything. Go buy a pack of gum. No, don't do that. It's got aspartame in it. Go get a soda. No, you can't do that. It's got that other stuff in it. Corn sweetener, high fructose corn syrup, what the heck else? But that dollar in your pocket's a penny. Get your money out of the bank. Hurry. But they'll kill and beat and take. Because see, don't see where that ball is on a flagpole. Everything under that ball is theirs. All of it. Us included. Thank you.